Hey guys, Brazen here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Final Fantasy XIV Online, which is an MMORPG that I've been playing since its release in August of 2013. If you are new to the game or thinking about getting it, hopefully this video is going to help you out. Well, let's get started. You can get the physical copy of Final Fantasy XIV through your nearby retail store like Target, Walmart, GameStop, or you can go online to the Square Enix store and get the original game for 20 bucks, or the game with all three expansions included for $60. You can also get the game through Steam if you like using Steam. The game is compatible with PC, PS4, and for Mac. It should also be noted that this game is crossplay, so if you have friends that are playing on the PS4, you can totally play with them if you're on PC. If you're planning on playing with your friends, the first thing you're going to want to do is communicate with them on which server you want to try on. The last thing you want to do is make a character on a Japanese server and all your friends are on the North America server. So after you guys find out which server you want to start on, just go ahead and click that one. This game's character creation system is pretty immersive. There's about 8 races to choose from, most of which are male and female. You can only unlock the male restricted one and the female restricted one, Viera and Hrothgar, through Shadowbringers. After you click your race, just mess around with the character creation screen, and then once you finish creating your character, you're going to have to choose a class. Final Fantasy XIV has about 15 really immersive classes, but when you're first starting out the game, you only have a handful of classes to choose from, and they're pretty basic. But they're going to later turn into something better once you reach around level 30. Gladiator and Marauder are the 2 tanks, Pugilist and Lancer are the melee DPS, and Archer is the ranged DPS. In Disciples of Magic you have Conjurer, who's the healer, and Thaumaturge and Arcanist, which are both magic damage dealers. In this game, after you choose your class, you're going to start in one of the 3 city-states, Ul'dah, Limsa Lominsa, or Gridania. Depending on which class you choose is the city-state that you're going to start at. It doesn't really impact the story and it's not that important, and you can visit these city-states pretty soon in the game, so don't make a big deal out of you not being able to start in the other 2. And you can also change between classes pretty easily, but we'll talk about that later. In this game, you start at level 1 and you level up through getting experience points, which is shown on your experience bar on your screen. There are regular quests that are marked like this that you can actually avoid if you don't feel like doing them, and then there are special quests or main scenario quests that you definitely want to make sure you don't avoid because they'll help you progress through the story, and they usually have a lot of experience too. Once a quest is done, the mark turns into a green check mark. I want to explain to you guys real quick how the weapon system in this game works. I know most games like Dragon Age or World of Warcraft or whatever, when you put on these weapons, it doesn't really affect anything except your damage output. But in this game, depending on what weapon you have, that dictates the class that you are. As long as you talk to the NPC that has these jobs locked and you unlock the job, all you have to do is just buy whatever weapon. Say if you're a Dragoon, if you buy a lance, you equip that lance, you turn it into a Dragoon or a Lancer. If you equip a two-handed staff, you turn it into a Conjurer. Once you turn into these classes, the character doesn't change. You're the same character that you created. The only difference is that now you have to level up that new class. So if I'm a level 80 Paladin and I turn into a level 1 Conjurer, I'm gonna be the same person. Everything is the same except now I have to level up another class all over again. So unlike other games like let's say World of Warcraft where you have to make a whole new character for a whole new class, in this game you can be the same character and you just have to level up the new class if you want to choose and change one. Once you've progressed through the story enough and you're at least level 15, you unlock your first dungeon called Sastasha. This is the very first time that you're going to have to group up and actually do a dungeon with other people. This is actually a pretty good way of gaining experience points too, is by doing dungeons. There's a lot of main commands on my screen as you see there, which is all the orange buttons. You guys can mess with the UI by going to the menu screen and looking at these main commands, but one of the main commands is called the Duty Finder. This Duty Finder has all of the dungeons that I've ever done listed. How the Duty Finder works is you choose the dungeon that you want to do, you click it, and the game tries to put you with a total of 4 people per dungeon. That's usually how dungeons are done, is with 4 people. 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS. And this is a pretty good way of gaining experience points, so you guys are going to probably do dungeons a lot as you gain levels. Another way of gaining experience points and leveling up is doing something called fates. There are fates in every single zone, and these fates are pretty cool because they don't take that long to do and they give you a lot of experience points. So what you do is you open your map, you look at these circular marks on your map. They're usually blue and they have like a purple octagon. Sometimes the symbol changes, like if they have an axe on them, that means it's a kill fate, so you have to probably kill like a certain amount of things in order to finish the fate. You can also track the fate's progress by looking at your screen. There should be an area where it shows you the bar, the name of the fate, and a description. For this fate, the more I kill these mobs, the more the bar fills up, and that pretty much tells you that once the bar fills up, it's over. Once the fate's over, it's going to give you a certain amount of XP. One last thing I want to talk about real quick is the logs. You have a challenge log and you have a hunting log. These logs are merely there to give you a boost of experience points by doing these mini missions. So one of the logs on the challenge log is by doing 5 fates with the highest rating possible. So I completed the fate. I managed to get gold. There you can get gold, silver, or copper. Just the more you contribute to the fate, the higher your rating goes. It's really easy to get gold. If you do 5 fates, you complete the challenge log and it gives you a bunch of XP. If you go to your main command, this is where everything is just your main command menu. You can open your hunting log and you can also get experience points by killing the marks that your hunting log tells you to kill. You have different classes, gladiator, pugilist, marauder, all that. You just have to click the class, look at the mob, and depending on where the mob is, you just go and you hunt that many mobs, and it gives you the reward, which is a bunch of experience points. I recommend you do this if you want to gain levels pretty fast. Alright guys, I definitely wanted to talk about more things like classes and dungeons and all that, but I'll probably come out with more videos on that, otherwise this video would be like 2 hours long. So I hope you guys like what you saw, hope this helped somebody in some way. If you guys like what you saw, hit like and subscribe, and if there's any videos that you guys want to see at the end here, just go ahead and click on them, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.